What's going on, guys? Today we're going to talk about 5 things to consider when you're entering a partnership. If you're opening your very own adult day center and you are considering having a partner, what are 5 things that you should be aware of before moving forward? Make sure you discuss all of these, but first, like, comment, subscribe, show a little love, and if you do, comment below with your email address. And if you comment below with your email address and you leave it, we're going to send you something. We'll coordinate with you, we'll send you something, but you gotta comment right now. Like, comment, subscribe, do that, all of them. I'm gonna check, because I have that power. I can go behind the scenes and find out. Don't even try. I got you. All right, my name is Kris, I'm the founder and CEO of ActivAge Daytime Senior Care, and so today we're talking about partnerships. What does this mean? Number one, of course, when you're thinking about entering into a partnership, you gotta ask, who is putting money into this business? Is it like, are you both putting money into it? Is one person actually the individual that's funding the entire thing? Or is one person putting in 100 grand, the other person putting in 50? It's important to understand, at least let's put a dollar amount to what people are putting in. There has to be some sort of transaction. We'll get into other things like operational skill sets, sales and marketing skill sets, and other things like that. But the number one and probably most influential thing that you gotta figure out is who is putting the money into the business. Because that person is gonna have, quite frankly, just more control, okay? If that person is putting their own hard-earned capital into the business and you're putting nothing into it, then you shouldn't expect a large majority percentage of the company, because they're the ones that are actually putting the money into the business. So if you're gonna be the operational side of things, then expect a smaller percentage, and we'll figure out how do we come up with that in a second. But you started, how much money is being contributed, what percentage of that money is your money, and what percentage of that money is your partner's money, okay? So make sure you clearly define that. And is there an initial transaction where you're gonna be writing a check from your personal checking account into the business's bank account? Number 2, roles. Is the partner you're considering, are they gonna be active? Are they gonna be passive? Are you considering to be a funding partner for someone else and you wanna play a passive, kind of like more silent partner role, and they play a more active role, and you're looking for a good operator? It's important to understand who's gonna be and oversee sales and marketing, operations and finance. Is one person overseeing 2 of those buckets and the other person overseeing the one? Is one person overseeing all 3 and the other partner is just funding the operation? It's important to understand who's gonna play which role, and are both of you active or is one of you passive? Have you defined what that looks like in your little world? When I say little world, I'm just saying, like, everyone's got their own little world. Like, there's a big world and I got my own little world here, and you got your own little world, and you're trying to figure this stuff out and you don't know what to do, and that's why you're on YouTube watching this video. So that being said, number 3. So you want to hire a consultant to help you open your very own adult day center? Well, I may not be a consultant. However, I'm happy to coach you. If you wanna sit down one-on-one and ask specific questions about your situation and what to do next, make sure you go to krischanna.com/coach and book your coaching call today. Number 3, decisions. Who's making financial decisions? Who's making day-to-day operational decisions? Are both of you involved in that process? If you're funding it, are you gonna put a limit, meaning like you're giving the other partner, your partner, a certain amount of money that they can spend up to, but then anything beyond that, you would like to be involved in the decision-making process? Or if you're going into this and you're bringing on a partner who's gonna fund this for you, you wanna clearly define, even in your own world, hey, if I make a decision financially on behalf of the business, are you okay with that? Yes? Okay. And then does it matter the size of the financial decision that I make? Do you trust me fully? Would you like to be involved on certain financial decisions beyond a certain dollar amount? Just have some sort of a threshold so it's clear. The whole purpose of just even talking about all this stuff is for you to think through what a partnership may look like, and also for you to create clear expectations for the partnership. Because the clearer and the more clearly defined all of these things are, just the easier it is gonna be for you guys when you think about your relationship. Because sometimes this is where partnerships go sour, because these things weren't talked about up front, and as a result of that, it creates a little animosity, a little resentment, especially if things don't go the way that you hope. So who's making the day-to-day operational decisions? Hiring, firing, day-to-day operations, customer, service, customer experience, payroll decisions, like just any of the day-to-day operational decisions, any of the financial decisions, like rent this space, we need to buy this big thing, we need to add someone to our payroll, do we have the budget for this? Who's making those different decisions? Number 4, meeting frequency. If you got these two partners involved, how often are you planning to sit down and meet and go over whatever it is that you deem to be important, whether it's financial things, budgets, operational issues? Are you guys gonna meet monthly? Are you gonna meet quarterly? Are you gonna meet every 6 months? How often are you gonna go through these things? And again, even if you're both active in the business, you need to have time and make time to sit down and to go over things and make sure that your goals are aligned. So you don't go down the road 6 months to a year, never having a meeting to get back on the same page. So putting into writing, our plan is to meet monthly. No, our plan is to meet quarterly. No, our plan is to meet every 6 months. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. If you both agree to it, that's what's important. And number 5, this is gonna help you understand what percentage of equity you're going to ask for or going to give up, or you're going to come together and say, hey, I'm gonna take 20% or 30% or 50%, or we're both going to 50-50, we're both putting in money, I'm taking over sales and marketing and maybe finance, you're gonna take over operations. We've clearly defined all of these different buckets out. We know exactly what we're doing, how much money we're putting in, who's doing what our roles and responsibilities are, what decisions we're gonna make on a day-to-day basis or in regards to finances, and how often we're gonna meet. And we have all this stuff clearly articulated, and now we come up with a percentage that we're both happy with. And so all of these factors are gonna go into that percentage of equity and how that's split up. But just understand that if someone's putting in a large amount of money, expect to take a smaller, minor percentage of equity. If you're both contributing the same amount of money, it may make sense to do a 50-50 partnership. But if you're both putting in money and then one person's active and one person's passive, then you might have to think about, okay, well, how much are we gonna compensate you for being active? Where the other person, they may just take distributions at the end of the year, depending on how well you guys do as a company. So take all these things into consideration. It's important, obviously, when you're choosing a partner, to do your own homework, to get to know that person. How much do you trust them? How long have you known them? What's their background? What's their experience? What are they bringing to the table? Of course, do all those things, but use this framework as a way for you to figure out what the equity should be, how we should split up the company, and things like that. So that being said, guys, if you're interested in opening your very own adult day center, go to adcpro.com. Join us for our monthly webinars. Join us in our private Facebook group. And if you want to open your very own ActivAge, go to activagecare.com/franchise. We'll see you on the next one. Peace. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you'd like to learn how to open your own adult daycare center, go to adcpro.com. If you'd like the latest business tips, click here, and make sure you subscribe to our channel. Click here. We'll see you guys next time.